Hello everybody, this is Seraphim 2001, back with more of The Longest Journey. So, last time we left off, April got sucked back into Arcadia.
It's a circular hollow, about 20 centimeters across and about 5...
I think I already did that last time. She got sucked back into Arcadia, talked with a weird little dude, obnoxious of the... Oh, I can't remember what race he is. Dang it. I can't remember the name of the race he is. Anyways, talked with Obnaxis, who sees time a little differently than most mortal beings. We went looking for clues and found there were different stories about the giant kin in different areas, and now we are here at the Enclave Library, where we can hopefully find some books. I'm going to warn you now, there's going to be a lot of reading. I'm going to be going through the books and reading them, mainly because, I love lore in games. But if you want to skip over them, it's not a problem. You can just flip through them. I don't think there's any real pertinent information in them as pertains to the rest of the story. But if you want to skip over these videos, it's not like I'm going to care. So, I would try to compact them to... I'm trying to compact as much of the books into as few videos as possible. Although I also am going to be making this a long set. Let's talk to the priest.
Oh.
Give you a set.
Oh, goodness me, I didn't hear you come in. By the way, you haven't seen Volume 6 of the Complete Annotated History of the Northlands, have you? I could have sworn it was here yesterday.
Sorry, no.
6 of what? 20
I
puppies?
guess someone else must have taken it. I try to tell them to write down what they borrow on the list, but they never listen. Only last week I spent 3 hours searching the entire enclave for the second scripture of the balance, the scripture of song, before I realized that Vestrum Tobias was studying it back in the city. Now, such incidents could be avoided if only, and this applies to you too, young lady,
okay,
people would sign out the books they borrow when they borrow them and sign them back in when they're done. Such a simple procedure.
That's
it
how most
shouldn't
libraries
take more
work.
than a few seconds to jot down your name and the name of the book you borrow. It makes my job so much easier. Now, which book did you want me to find for you?
So this is Minstrom Yeren, apparently.
Are you Minstrom Yeren?
Yes, of course. What a silly question.
Well, considering he's the only
How would
person
I know?
here.
I don't know you.
Very true. Good
I
point.
am Minstrom Yeren, keeper of the Great Library of Mercuria. In fact, this is the greatest library of all the Northlands.
It's very
Perhaps
nice.
of the entire world. Although they say the Dark People have a library as big, if not bigger, than this one. But of course, we're not allowed anywhere near there. Have you been there?
No.
I don't think...
What a silly question. Of course you haven't. You're not of the Dark People, are you? You don't look like any Dark People I've ever seen, so I can't see how you could possibly...
Yeah, the Dark People are very
Now,
different.
where did Volume 6 disappear to?
He's a little scatterbrained. No wonder books go missing. We will see some of the Dark People later. They actually have a slightly more prominent role in Dreamfall. So, but either way, they are probably one of my favorite races in this game because they look really creepy, but they're really cool. Yeah, when we get to them, when they pop up, I'll bring up more information. Yeah, Tobias says...
Tobias said I should talk with you.
Tobias? Vestrum Tobias? I haven't seen him for... Well, he was in last week, but before that it must have been days at least. How is he? Still eating enough for 2 mules? I must tell you of this funny story I heard the other day, of how Vestrum Tobias eats enough for a table full of minstrum, or was it one Elguan? Although the Elguan don't as a rule eat very much at all. Did you know that the Elguan can smell water more than half a day's journey away? Amazing, amazing creatures, perfectly suited for a life in the desert.
Yeah, I think
Balance provides, that's for certain. The balance provides.
Anyways, so yeah, Tobias told us there was some
Vestrum
books,
Tobias recommended that I look at some books.
which you obviously have a lot of. That's a redundant
Books
question.
is what we do best here at the Enclave, that is for certain. Which book would you like to see?
Okay, so we have, let's see, 4 books. Yeah, 4 books. Although some of them, I'd say, let me think. I think the History of Mercuria and probably the Silver Spear are probably the longer ones. I don't remember. But actually, no, we only have 3 specific books, and this one is just like a general book. Maybe. Anyway, it's been too long since I've played through this part. I remember the end game better than I do the beginning game. Yeah, let's
I'm
start
looking
with the
for some
first one.
information, but I'm not sure which book to ask for.
No matter. I know a great deal about most of the books in
So
here.
this is more of a general
What topic intrigues you?
question. Oh man. Another 3 or 4. Rumors about mermen.
I've heard rumors about mermen who live beneath the Sea of Songs, and I'd like to find out more about them.
Mermen in the Sea of Songs.
Yes, the cannibalistic quote
Let
unquote.
me see what I can find, yes?
The the quote unquote cannibalistic merman. Even though it could be a shark, or sorry, as they call them, a black-eyed snapjaw.
I did find something of interest. I'll leave it here for you to read.
Thank you very much. Alright, let's go have a look. Reading time. Sorry, gotta get a little closer. Mermen, also mermen, Merphilia, Morlands. It's kind of hard to read this. A magical people who reside in the depths of the great ocean and other seas. Little contact has been made with the mermen, who are believed to have been quite numerous in the past, but are now dwindling in numbers. Excuse me. Confirmed location of merman cities is between the birching a lot. Briston Atoll and Gien, centering on the Sea of Songs. Sorry. Legends of mermen, merpeople, moorlands are rampant among sailors. The stories portray the mermen in a grotesque and violent light, betraying the truth of a largely peaceful people. Although not much is known about the mermen, the religion apparently centers around the belief of a benevolent god who lives in the immense depths of the great sea, and who brought the mermen to Earth from a place distant and wonderful. So the mermen are aliens? That's interesting.
Are you done? Let me take that back for you.
Oh, thank you very much. As he slowly walks back over there. He's pretty much gonna do this little song and dance every time. To simplify it, I might just, after this part, I'll just cut out that so until I get the next book. so you won't have to see everything over and over again, just for simplicity's sake. Actually, wait a minute. What am I thinking? I can hit escape and speed things up. Yeah, so I could just do that. Speed him along. Thank you, game.
Oh.
You thought about editing
Goodness,
before I
it's
did.
you again.
Ha!
You gave me such a fright.
Yes, I'm still here. What did I scare you? I'm still here. You're so lost in the book.
Could I see some more books?
Oh, certainly. What a silly question.
A little silly, but
I'm looking for some information, but I'm not sure which book to ask for.
No matter. I know a great deal about...
let's skip over this. Flying
Are there
people.
any books about flying people who observe and tell stories?
Winged storytellers, hmm? Let me see what I can find. Hold on.
Push this ahead. Come on. There we go.
I did find something of interest. I'll leave it here for you to read.
Thank you.
I look like a serving maid.
Oh, did not mean to click on you. Read the book. A crafty...
The island of Elias,
Oh.
near the Briston Atoll. Maybe I should try to go there.
Okay, got a news update. Yeah. I have no concept of what Arcadian or Mercurian calendar is like, but at home it would be July 31st. Come to think of it, what year is it here? Anyway, that's not really the reason I'm writing an entry in my diary. Tobias told me about a library where I might be able to find some answers. The library is at the Sentinel Enclave just outside of town, and I'm supposed to speak with a minstrel named Hewn, who is keeper of books or something like that, which probably translates into the equivalent of a librarian. I went to the library, yes, me, imagine that, to look for some information about those flying creatures that Brian told me about, and with Mr. Mieren's help, I found just what I was looking for. They're actually called the Elation, and there's a tribe of them living on an island south of here, Elias, which is such good news considering how much I love water, and that was my sarcastic voice, by the way. Now, who do I know with a ship? Alright, kind of obvious. Anyways, the book! I should have read that first. The Elation, a crafty winged people who have recently dwindled in numbers and whose ability to fly long distances has been steadily diminished over the past few centuries. The Elation are known for their ability to remember and tell stories from before the dawn of mankind and up to modern events. The largest known tribe of Elation with whom traders have occasional contact resides on the otherwise uninhabited island of Elias in the Briston Atoll.
Are you done? Let me...
Yes, take the book back. Skipping. Okay. Talk to him again.
Oh,
Skip this little song and dance.
Could I see some more,
More
books?
oh, certainly.
I'm looking for...
No, ma...
Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, come on. The four magical... Yeah, we need... Okay.
I need to
go for
find
that.
out which four magical people of Arcadia were given a piece of the stone disc that serves as the key to the Guardian's realm.
The stone disc of the balance, yes?
Yeah.
Yes. There could possibly be something on that in... let me check. Just one moment.
You know, on a side note, I do like the fact that they have like a pool of water down here. It's kind of calming. At the same time, you would think there might be a problem with mold here.
I did find something of interest. I'll leave it here for you.
Yeah. You would think there might be a problem with mold or something on the books or whatnot, or mold spreading to the books. Unless they have some like magical ward on the books or something like that. Anti-mold spell. Chapter 16 in the 8th scripture, the scripture of breaking. Regarding the disc of the balance and the events that came about when the disc was broken, the scriptures tell us that the disc was kept at the Enclave for many thousands of years, safely guarded from any threat by the respect held by every man and woman for the authority of the fathers. But with dissent came disobedience, and disobedience brought immorality. Immorality begat theft. Tyrant soldiers, aided by Sentinel traders, attempted to make away with the disc, but more were thwarted by the Wight of the Kin herself, intervening, although forbidden to do so on behalf of the fathers. The disc was brought safely back to the Enclave, but the threat would linger in the minds of the Minstrum and the Vestrum. So it became that the disc was melted in the forge of the dragon's mouth, shaped into the elements of 4 magical people, and given to those respectable people for safekeeping until such a time when it was deemed that the disc should once more be whole. 1 stone to the gentle souls that sing in the dark and shape the earth between their toes. 1 stone to the watchers of the weeds, the ones who are outside. Sounds like something from Lord of the Rings. 7 to the wait, how does that go again? Ah, damn. 3 to the elves in the oh man, I'll have to find that later. I can't remember it at all. I'm so horrible. I love those books. Anyways, 1 stone to the 2 who make 1 of air and of sea, and 1 stone to the keepers of the dark flame, the eternally dark, the mariners. When the time comes for the disc to be whole again, 1 person will make a journey to the 4 who held the pieces, and the pieces will be given willingly because there would be no doubt to the righteousness of this person. Okay. So essentially we have to find 4 different tribes, and from the sound of it, it sounds like they're all gonna be in here. The Draken are the only one who is separated.
Are you done? Let me take that back for you.
Yes. Bring it along. Because if you remember, I believe it was mentioned earlier. Yeah, I think it is. The 4 Draken, 2 in Arcadia and 2 in Stark. We can actually no, I don't think there has been information on who is where, except for the Wight. The Wight of the Draken is obviously here because we just read a story that said she was the one who stopped thieves from stealing the stone
Could I
disc.
see some more?
Oh, certainly.
Of course. Let's
I'm looking
see.
for some.
One more book in here. More about
I'd
dragons.
like to learn more about dragons, about the Draken.
Oh, yes. We have some wonderful books on that topic. Stay here.
And he goes all the way across, halfway across. Bring it back, set the book
I
down.
did find something of interest.
Alright, thank you.
I look like a serving maid.
I don't want to click on you. Stop thinking about yourself. You're being too aware of yourself. Sequence of the Draken by Minstrum Eliak. Forward. The Draken are known by many names throughout the Twin Worlds. In our tongue, they are referred to as the Draken. In some translations of lower tongue, Draken. In the Southlands, the word dragin refers specifically to the winged lizard shape traditionally associated with the kin. In Ed, the eternal spirits of the kin are simply called Drak, regardless of their current shape. In Stark, most cultures refer to the kin as dragon, drago, drak, dragons, dragon. There's an E at the end of there, so I guess it would be dragon. I don't know why I'm putting emphasis on it. I think it sounds cooler that way. Dragon. Though this usually refers only to the winged lizard-like shape and not to the spirit inhabiting the shape. In fact, while in I can't read that. While in Arcadia, I think, the kin are respected and revered as eternal spirits with great significance. Didn't mean to do that. Significance in the balance and the art. In Stark and the kin are mostly creatures of mythology and fairy tales. However, in some Stark legends and sculptures, and notably the Christian Bible, of course, the name dragon is associated with the forces of evil, and thus religious connotations do seem to have carried over in a somewhat distorted form. If any of you know, there's which saint? Saint George, who was supposedly killed a dragon. Who or what are the dragon? Why not ask who is the creator or what is the art? Questions thus asked will remain in perpetually unanswered, for they are in truth unanswerable. I'm sorry, it's really hard to read. If I'm having trouble reading it, it's probably harder for you to read it through the video. To condense all knowledge of the creator into one answer is futile, as is any attempt to define the all without describing every single demont that makes up the all, I guess. So also with the Dryad kin, we cannot answer who is the kin or what is the kin, but we can provide some answers to the simpler questions, questions that deal with what we see and hear and feel, and what we have been told by the kin themselves. Answers that together may give us, if only the faintest hint of the whole truth, then at least some indication of who or what the Dryad kin are. Born of the emptiness between the stars, reads the 11th scripture of the balance, the scripture of time. Shaped in wisdom with the all, part of the all, yet outside of the all. Draken, note the English high tongue variation of Dryadkin. Why so many variations and interpretations of the Dryadkin from culture to culture? The kin have always been shrouded in mystery, and from mystery rises legend and myth. The kin seem content to be seen as nothing but tall tales and figments of a bard's fertile imagination.
Are you done? Let me take that back for you.
So in other words, the Dryadkin like to be enigmatic, cryptic beings. Like all good divine beings. Alright, come on. There we go. So, yeah. Cryptic bullshit. More or less.
Could I see some more?
Oh, certainly.
Okay, so now we've gone through all those books. Now we just gotta go through the 4 down here. So, we'll start with the Silver Spear of Goriman.
I'm looking for a story called The Silver Spear of Goriman.
Yes, a fanciful tale if I ever saw one, but a charming one. Did you know that I'm often paid visit by adventurers wishing to read everything available on the spear so that they too can set out on their foolish quests?
Yeah, don't you just hate those adventurers?
You're one of them, neighbor.
They pay for my bread, milk, and butter with their contributions to the coffers, so I shouldn't be too critical of them. But they care not about the books. They care only about what the books can give them.
I care. About the books, really.
I can tell. So, the Silver Spear of Goriman, then?
And off he goes. Which is odd. I hear that name, and for some reason, the first thing that pops in my head is that samurai guy from
I did
Lupin the
find
Third.
something of interest.
Yeah, you know, isn't that the same name? Goemon? Or is it Goemon? I haven't seen Lupin the Third in so long, I can't remember. Well, it's a similar pronunciation or spelling. The Silver Spear of Goriman, I think is how to pronounce it. In the glory days of Bakshira, before the drought, when Goriman was the greatest city in the known world, the prior of Bakshira decided to forge the most powerful weapon in the world to challenge the mighty White Dragon. The prior had grown greedy and bored. His treasured treasure hold filled with the riches of the world, and he desired nothing except the one thing he could never have, the unborn daughter of the white dragon, the fairest, purest, most beautiful creature in the wait, fairest creature in the interest. I think. He had asked the white dragon for her daughter's hand in marriage, but she had refused, scolding him for his insolence and warning him to keep his distance from the immortals. And so the prior sought the advice of the mighty sorcerer, the dark and cruel Eos, to learn how to kill one of the dragon. The sorcerer told the prior of the white silver of Mount Treveni, the strongest substance in Arcadia, and how it could be forged by magic to kill even one of the kin. The prior ordered his army to go north across the ocean and to bring back enough white silver to shape a weapon. When his men returned with the rare metal, the prior ordered the finest blacksmith in Bakshir to his castle, where Eos the sorcerer cast a spell to create an unholy forge. 10 days and 10 nights it took before the exhausted blacksmith could present a tall spear to his emperor. But before the spear could be used to kill one of the giant kin, it had to be bathed in blood, beheading the poor blacksmith and the soldiers who had retrieved the white silver from the Mount I pronounce it Trelawney, I guess. Trelawney. The prior's private bath was filled with their blood. As he dropped the silver spear into the red bath, watched over by Eos, a terrible scream erupted, and steam rose up in a red, foul-smelling cloud. When the steam lifted, the blood was all gone, and the spear was glowing in a deep red color. With the terrible weapon now ready to be wielded, the prior issued a challenge to the white dragon to either surrender her daughter to him for marriage, or to suffer a painful death at his hand. Enraged, the white dragon refused him yet again, and flew to meet the prior, his sorcerer, and his 1,000-strong army on the green fields outside Goemon. Of the magical silver spear she knew nothing, and the prior kept it wrapped in cloth by his side. "Bring your forces around, prior," warned the white dragon. "If you do not, I will lay waste to them all. I wish my men no harm." Oh wait, said the prior. Oh, called the prior, or something like that. I can't read that. "For this is between the two of us." He then rode forth alone and dismounted his horse, but stayed within reach of the spear. The white dragon landed before him, and she said, "You are brave to face me like this when you know you cannot harm me." Then the prior raised a hand as if to greet her, but it was instead a sign to a sorcerer, the terrible Eos, who cast a mighty spell to hold the white dragon while the prior drove the silver spear. The white dragon fought bravely, but she was close to escaping the sorcerer's magic. But the prior was quick, and he thrust the magic spear into her chest. She screamed in pain and anger, and the sorcerer's spell could no longer hold her. Rising on her beautiful wings, blood pouring down on the land below, she cursed Bekshir, her prior, and her people for all time. Wherever the white dragon's blood fell, the land turned arid, and the grass became sand. The prior sent his army to follow the white dragon and to bring back her egg, but the drought grove and with what? I can't read that. Gone, and within days they once with the drought gone and within days the once proud empire of Bactria was turning into a desert. Then followed a fierce storm that tore across the land for 100 days and nights, and when the dust settled, there was nothing left of Bactria but 2 coastal cities and a fort. Scattered a flood scattered oasis. Something scattered oasis. It is said that in the buried ruins of a lost capital, mapped in the arms of the prior who dared test the immortal rest, the silver spear of Goemon. Oh, wrapped in the arms of the prior who dared test the immortal. Okay. Yeah. So that was more than likely the last time people saw the White of the Draken for a long time. Because I think it has been stated that nobody has seen her since for a long time. And that was probably the last they saw her. Because we've already seen the White of the Kin in Dream at the very beginning of the game. And she was up there with the egg.
Are you done? Let me take...
Although if that's been an egg and that book is probably very old, it takes a long time for dragon egg to hatch. Oh. Alright. Song and dance.
Could I see some...
Oh, certainly.
Okay, next.
A book on the history of Mercuria would be interesting.
Ah, an extensive subject to be sure.
I hit
I will do my best. I did find something of interest.
Song and dance. Alright.